Welcome back, baseball fans. Summer of 69-72 carryover league. We are in our final battle in the first round of the tournament. Up to 7 games to distinguish, in this case, third place from fourth place. In the National League East, we have Marlins Braves today. Let's see, first of all, what has to happen in this series, which includes, of course, a little recap of what happened in the first half, as that factors in. Here we are in the eliminations. The final elimination is right here with your Florida Marlins. Look at that +4. The Florida Marlins wrecked the first half of the season for the Atlanta Braves by sweeping them 4 straight, doing the New York Mets a huge favor because the Braves actually took 4 out of 5 from the Mets, and Florida did the bidding for the Mets and pushed the Braves far enough away to not make them a threat. Not to mention that the Braves were 2 games behind the Marlins. If you combine the head-to-head, the 2 games back, and Atlanta has to win 5 of 7 baseball games to finish a full game ahead of the Marlins. 5 out of 7. Now, if you watch the last series, it was between Arizona and Colorado. Arizona needed to win 5 out of 8, and they won 5 out of 7. So, can the Florida Marlins be up to the same task here, and can they win 5 of 7 games? Let's see what's happened. Game 1, it sure looks that way. The series opens in Florida, and the Braves come out swinging. If this team really starts to light it up at the plate, they have one of the best offenses in baseball, at least the top half of the lineup anyway. 9 runs early off the ace of Florida, Steve Arlen. And Phil Niekro wins easily 9-2 in Florida. So step 1, check. Let's go to game 2 now. Game 2, we have Mike Kilkenny against Pat Jarvis. And unfortunately for the Atlanta Braves, they let this one slip away. Florida got an early 2-0 lead, and then Hank Aaron, folks, he's been sleeping in the first half of the season. No longer. Hank is tearing it up. 2 homers in this game. They take a 3-2 lead, but then the Braves give it away in the 7th inning with an error on the first baseman, an error on the pitcher. Marlins even the series with a 4-3 victory, making it harder for Atlanta. Now they got to win 4 out of 5. So what happens next? Game 3, at home in Atlanta. And the Braves return to that moshing style they like so much. 3-run homer by Earl Williams in the 6th. And at this time, it's Rico Cardi with a 3-run homer in the 7th. And another 7-1 win for the Braves. So, they're on their way. Now they need to win 3 out of 4. What happens in Game 4 in Atlanta? They really need this one. But, again, first inning, Hank Aaron, folks. 3-run bomb. It's 3-0. But again, the Braves, they can't afford to do this late in the season. They let this one get away in the 7th and 8th innings. You had Tom Griffin, number 4 starter, throwing a shutout. But he walks the bases loaded in the 7th. They get no relief out of their bullpen whatsoever. Marlins come back and play spoiler of the Braves. Winners of 6 of 9 games overall this year against the Braves. And they have split 4 in this particular series. Series is tied 2 games apiece, which means one thing. We are in a Game 5 in Atlanta, and the Braves need to win 3 straight. Let's look at the overall standings. Here's the overall standings. The Marlins move past the Phillies into 2nd place by half game. The Braves are, again, they're still 2 games back. That's where they started. That's why they have to win 3 in a row. Seems like the Mets are going to have this division to themselves. That's what it looks like. Today's pitchers, Steve Arlen for the Marlins, and for the Braves, it's Phil Niekro. Let's get started. Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta. This could be the final game of the year for the Braves or the start of a magical run, depending on how you look at it. If they win this one, then go to Florida and win 2 more. Ken Suarez leads off for the Marlins. 59, bounced to second. Davalillo, 35 is a single. Ace stealer. He has been aggressive against the bad throwing arms of the Brave catchers, and he steals it on a 10. Ace stealing Davalillo. The All-Star, Manny Mota, 2-4, short. And with 2 outs, Chico Simone, 37's a K. Ralph Garr leads off for Atlanta, 57 is a K. Dusty Baker, skies a center. Rico Cardi flies to left. Top of 2, Willie Montanez, 1-7. It's triple, 1-2, base hit. Jose Pagan, 2-5, pops out. Hal McRae, 48, lines out. Roger Repos, 2-5, bounces short. Bottom of the second. Hank Aaron, big series, 1-9 short. It's up to Hank to put this team on the back. He's done it thus far, but he's got a tall task. But the fact that he's just tearing it up is a good sign. At least he's peaking at the right part of the season. Gale Hopkins, 54, bouncer to third. The Marlins have pretty shaky defense. We have a 4-22 at third base, and that'll be an error. Earl Williams is playing third base today to get an extra good bat in. He walks to get Jack Hyatt's on-base bat in. Jack Hyatt, 43. Pitcher X, Marlins and East 6. This could be trouble for the Braves, a 2. But he gets a single off the 2 pitcher. That's a huge break for Atlanta. Sonny Jackson playing back. The base is loaded. And 3-7 is a ground ball second. A+. Smart move by the Marlins to play it back in that situation and get the ending double play. The B bunter. I'd bring the infield up on A bunters, and that would have been a single, but not B's in this case. So we go to the third inning. Batting ninth, Gil Gerardo has been moved into the starting shortstop role for this game as he brings the best defense the Marlins have there, that position. 66 off of Necro's card is double 108, base hit. Ken Southbound Suarez, 43, bounces to first. Gal Hopkins is a shaky first baseman, a 4-22 at first base. And that is a 2-base error. So he fielded it and threw it over Necro's head. 2-3. What the Braves lack in defensive prowess at catcher and first, they make up with quantity. They've got Gale Hopkins, Earl Williams, Jack Hyatt, and Tommy Aaron all on the payroll. They can all hit pretty effectively, but none of them know how to field. And that is a Achilles heel of the Braves. Second and third for Vic Davalillo. 110. Let's take a look at Vic's card. Excellent card in 1972 and just under 400 plate appearances. He hit .318. Here is a single to center field. Suarez will not challenge Dusty Baker's arm. And the Marlins have a 1-0 lead. Runners in the corners. They have to bring it up for Mota because he's an A bunter. 63, second X. Putting Meon's a 2E17 at second base. And a ground ball B will gun Suarez down at the plate. The aggressive Marlins got made on that play. First and second, 1 out for Chico Simone. 2-11, 6-4-3 double play. Necro cleans up the early mess in that inning and gives up just a single run. Felix Meon down into the 9-hole now. Grounds are short. Ralph Garr, 111, bounces to first. Dusty Baker rolls to third. Braves are quiet through 3 off Steve Arlen. This same Steve Arlen who gave up 9 runs in 4 innings 3 days ago. So for Arlen, this is a big move if he can win in Atlanta and give the Marlins a chance of competing in the next round of the tournament. Top of the fourth, 1-0. Willie Montanez, 4-10, skies it into center field. Dusty Baker makes the catch. Jose Pagan, 110 single. Hal McRae, 35, hit by pitch. 2-1 with 1 out. Roger Repose, 49 skies the center, and with 2 outs, Gil Gallardo. Let's take a look at Gil's card. Gil Gallardo delivers here with 2 outs and 2 on. 1/8, a single to center field. Nice Keystone player there, or not Keystone. No, third base is Keystone, right? Yeah, sorry about that. Nice middle infielder here. 1/8, a single to center field. That'll score a run, and it's 2-0 Marlins. Hal McRae holds at second on the throw. It's southbound Suarez with 2 on and 2 outs. 65 off of the Negro card. This is trouble. Triple 1-2, single ... It is a single ... and suddenly Phil Negro, who has been the anchor for the Braves all year and in contention for the Cy Young Award, he's got a rally now to keep his Braves season ongoing. We have runners on the corners with 2 outs, and this is a must-out of Vic Davalillo here. Suarez is not being held. He's an E-stealer. So you have runners in the corners, 2 outs. Vic Davalillo, who's 2 for 2. The pitch to Vic, he pops to first. So Negro, he's struggled today, clearly. Putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 men on in 4 innings. Yet it's only 3-0. He's minimized the damage. And it's up to these brave bats to figure out Steve Arlen. Rico Suave 1-7. Let's take a look at Rico's card. I kind of want to do this anyway. If the Braves season ends, you need to see some of these Brave players and go, what is wrong with this team? Rico Cardi, 342 with this card in 1969, and next year in 1970 he'll hit 366. 1-7, misses the double, gets a single. Hank Aaron, let's take a look at it now. He's homered in every game. We actually upgraded his 69 card, where he was a 1 in right field, to this card because he hit 47 homers and 327. It's too much fun, this card. And it has been a lot of fun in this series. And it could be a lot of fun right now. Down 3-0 in the 4th. The pitch to Hank Aaron. 37, he draws a walk. Now let's take a look at number 5 hitter, Gale Hopkins. Very serviceable, platoon kind of player. A versatility at catcher and first base. He hit 286 with this card. Hits about 300 against right-handed pitching, though. The pitch to Gale Hopkins could tie this in one swing. 47 is a walk-off of Arlen. The place is going nuts here. Atlanta, Fulton County have loaded it with nobody out. Let's keep the magic going for those Braves by taking a look at their number 6 hitter, Mr. Earl Williams. And oh, by the way, those homers, that's not a joke, folks. He hit 33 of them. And he hit some more of them against righties and lefties, as you can see right there. Marlins are playing back, and all they can do is cross their fingers and hope for the best. Earl Williams with the bases loaded here. 4-10 off of Arlen. He doesn't have homers on his card, interestingly enough. It's triple 1-9, single ... and it's a single ... 2-run single. And it's 3-2. On the subject of homers, Steve Arlen in 228 innings only allowed 8. It's pretty impressive. But what isn't impressive is how he's pitching in the 4th inning. The Braves put runners on the corners with nobody out, down a run. They're going to play back. They'll concede a tie run to get a double play if they can. And let's keep looking at Atlanta hitters since they're doing so well when I do this. Jack Hyatt. Kind of like this card. The on-base percentage is what is really appealing. 45 walks and just 221 at-bats. And again, he has versatility at catcher and first base, like Gale Hopkins and Earl Williams before him. So with the infield back of runners on the corners, the pitch to Jack Hyatt. 67 off Arlen is a K. Sonny Jackson, they're going to bring the infield up now because there's 1 out. And they want to prevent that tie run from scoring. Sonny Jackson, 1-5, is ground ball first B. Just gunning down the runner at the plate. That was the right move for the Marlins. So now you got first and second with 2 outs for Felix. You're putting me on. 49 off the Arlen card is double 1-6. That is a double. And that will tie the game. And we do have runners at second and third with 2 outs in a 3-3 game. For Ralph Garr, let's show you Ralph's card. since the Braves are most likely going to take a lead right here. Yeah, Ralph Garr with this card, only at 325. He'll hit 354 in a couple years. Like I said, man, the Braves do not have to apologize to anybody for lack of offense. They can just rake this thing. 410 off of Arlen against a lefty. Triple 1-5 double. That is a 2-run double. And they've done it, folks. They've come all the way back. It's now 5-3. And our last part of show and tell. Why not? It seems to be working for Atlanta. Let's take a look at Dusty Baker, folks. This is his first big year in baseball in 1972 with the Braves. 321, 17 home runs. Plus, he can play well defensively. The only thing he doesn't do is steal bases. Runner at second, 2 outs for Dusty Baker. He strikes out. The inning's over, but not before those Braves. You can see what they do with crooked numbers. They get 5 of them. Arlen was throwing a shutout. No more. Top of the 5th. Manny Mota, 411, left X. Ralph Garr's a 3-12 in left field, but he gives up a single. Again, defense is not what the Braves are good at. Chico Simone, 66, double 108, base hit. Necro, sloppy again. Runners on the corners are going to play back for Montanez. Willie Montanez, let's take a look at Willie's card. You remember him from the Phillies. But the Phillies had Dick Allen, Darren Johnson also available at first, and Montanez kind of slipped through the cracks, ended up on an expansion team. Misses triple 1-2, gets a single ... and the Marlins are right back in this thing. Runners on the corners, nobody out. They're still going to play back for Pagan. 2-9, let's take a look at Jose Pagan's card. That's a clean single to right field. Pagan was on the Pirates in 1969 at 285 with this card. If you've been watching a lot of these videos I've been posting, you'll see Pittsburgh Pirate players are strewn throughout baseball, as they were one of the most fertile teams with talent, and they couldn't, of course, keep all their players. So guys like Jose Pagan and Carl Taylor and Hebner and a lot of other guys moved around to other teams. Jose Pagan here, single to right field. Montanez, a 14 runner, will not challenge Hank Aaron's arm, so that'll score a run. Now, we can consider if Phil Necro breaks, he would have to put 15 men on in 5 innings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's put 13 men on. If he puts 2 guys on, I'm breaking him. It's first and second, nobody out. I know it's Phil Necro, but I do have rules about breaking I want to abide by in the carryover league. Hal McRae, 3-6, Sky's the center. Roger Repos, 1-9 is ball 4. The base is loaded with 1 out, and they're going to bring it up to help prevent the lead run from scoring. Gil Gallardo, who's 2 for 2, 58, is a sac fly to left field. The Braves retake the lead. Necro, uncharacteristically, blows the lead. Ken Suarez with 2 on and 2 out, runners at first and second. The pitch to Ken, 1-5. Let's take a look at the Ken Suarez card. My goodness, he was just a pinch hitter for the Indians in 1969. Backing up, I'm going to guess Ray Fosse. That's kind of an embarrassment of riches, since Fosse and Suarez would both be -2 arms, and Fosse it's 300 and Suarez is 294. 1-5, homer 1-12, and look at this, folks, a 3-run bomb. And I'm just going to break Necro. We'll let him pitch to one more batter at a 9-5 game, Davalillo, just to see if he can at least get through this inning. 66, Davalillo, a hit, and folks, that's it. So Phil Necro, the earliest exit of the season, and one of the earliest exits I might ever have had for Phil Necro. I normally let the knuckleballer pitch long because, well, he's a knuckleballer. But not today. He just got beat up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 base runners in 4 2/3. At a certain point, you have to imagine what's really happening and realize that, you know, he's just getting the crap knocked out of him. And in a 9-5 game, the Braves have the offense to come back. This game could go on all night. Oh boy. Might as well go with a lefty. Go from righty, lefty, and see if that helps. So Mike McQueen will come on in the 5th with a runner at first and 2 outs to face Manny Mota. Mike McQueen to Mota. 3-11. It's a sky to right field and Mota's hurt, so we need a center fielder. I guess Davalillo will move from left to center. Pagan will go from third to left, and the new third baseman will be Chico Ruiz. This game is going to last a long time, I think. And if it goes extra innings, we could be here for an hour, folks. Got a bad feeling about this one. Anyway, bottom of the 5th. We've already been rolling for about 20 minutes, I'm guessing. Bottom of the 5th, Arlen. He needs 3 outs to qualify for a win. He can also break. It's Rico Carty. Well, at least you don't have to see any more cards. You saw them all. 56. Bouncer to short. 320 at shortstop. Oh, there's a single. Hank Aaron. 112. Hit by the pitch. Folks, this is going double digits both sides. Gale Hopkins. 1-6. Double 1. Single ... 9-6. Runners in the corners, nobody out. Earl Williams, 2-10. Lefty question mark if I want to run Hank. 14, 15, 16 against Pagan's arm. Pagan's got a +2 arm. He's going to score anyway. 9-7. Runner at first, 1 out. Jack Hyatt. 2-4. Hyatt flies to left. And with 2 outs, Sonny Jack, 45. Short X. Gerardo's 320 makes the play. So it's 9-7. In the 6th, Chico Simone. 64, second X. This is Mian. He's out. Montanez, 111, third. Jose Pagan, 57K. McQueen, nice inning. Bottom of the 6th, Arlen with a 2-run lead. We do not have to be loyal to this guy. He's qualified for a win, and he's really been shaky both times he's pitched. He's particularly bad against the lefties, so if Mian gets on, we're going to hook him. The pitch to Felix Mian, 5-10, bouncer to third. New third baseman Ruiz, should be a 3-37. Yeah, both teams' defenses will leave you up all night. 3-37, but he makes the play. I guess I'll pitch to Gar. 1-8, well, that's a single, of course. Dusty Baker, 34, short A, 6-4-3 double play, and we're starting to get some pitching here. Top of the 7th in a 9-7 game, but before we go that way, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel. Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Alright, it's 9-7. McQueen's done a nice job. We have a lefty coming up in the inning, Roger Repos, so we'll keep him in there. Al McRae, 68's a walk. Roger Repos, 310 is a 4-6-3 double play. Nice pitching, McQueen. By the way, Mike McQueen, I believe, was 19 years old with this card in 1970. Very, very young kid promoted to the majors for the Braves. Didn't really work out for the kid. He was probably too young, and his career kind of flamed out. Anyway, it's Gil Gerardo with 2 outs and a bouncer to second base. Break it up for the young Mike McQueen. He delivered what the Braves needed once Nuxie let him down. 2 1/3 innings of solid relief. Stretch time in Hotlanta. It's hot and humid, and we got a fat man in the bathtub on this humid night. We're listening to the 1973 release Dixie Chicken by Little Feat from the dirty South, as they like to say. Bottom of the 7th, here come the Braves, down a couple. Arlen is still out there somehow. We like Bergmeyer and Pena, but we'd like them for maybe an inning apiece. And we do have 2 righties coming up, Carty and Aaron, so Arlen's about as good as they have. Here's Rico Carty, 2 for 3 today. 54, bounces to second. Gerardo Simone is at second base. Actually, they brought in, should be Gutierrez, right? Yes, Gutierrez is playing short for Simone, and the shortstop is Cesar Gutierrez. So the 3-8 at second base, and he makes the play. Hank Aaron. The pitch to Hank, 58, is a sky to left field. And with 2 outs, they're going to hook him here in the 7th. He lasted long enough, giving up 7 runs, 6 2/3. And coming out of the Atlanta bullpen is Tom Bergmeyer. Let's take a look at Tom. In the 7th, for the purpose of getting Gale Hopkins out of there, Gale will leave as a lefty batter. And they will go with a nice... Actually, you know what? They're going to go with Tommy Aaron here. As Tommy Aaron can give you a long ball. Let's take a look at Tommy. And he gives you defense. Tommy Aaron comes in to face Bergmeyer. Tommy actually only hit .206 this year, but as a pinch hitter, he did very well with a long ball against left-handed pitching. So the Braves hoping for a little bit of TNA here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tommy Aaron with 2 outs and nobody on. The pitch to Tommy, 6-11, first X. This is Montanez, a 3-17 at first, and he boots the ball. And Earl Williams, but he has more power against righties. The pitch to Earl Williams, 37 is a K. All right, 8th inning, McQueen is gone, top of the lineup. We'll go with Fred Lasher in the 8th. Fred was a Tiger in '69 with a 3.07 ERA. Has a problem with control, but doesn't give up a lot of hits. That's why the Braves selected him. It'll be Ken Suarez, who is 2 for 4 and reached 3 times with an error. 43 off Lasher's left X. Left fielder is Ralph Garves, a 3.12. And he cannot contain that one. That's a double. All right, Vic Davalillo, 58 is a walk. Trouble for the Braves again. First and second. Mota is, of course, gone because of the injury. Chico Ruiz is an A bunter, and he's going to bunt here with a 2-run lead and runners at first and second and nobody out, and because he hit .245. Chico, the bunt is good on a 6. So a very seldom used bunt, and we have second and third with 1 out, and we have another A bunter, Cesar Gutierrez against Fred Lasher. This is a great opportunity to do a squeeze, which I seldom do. I love to do it with second and third and 1 out, because if it fails, I can still keep a guy in scoring position. So Gutierrez is going to do a squeeze here. And on the squeeze, it's no good. He rolls an 8. And I believe the result, I have a little chart here for these things. So he's a B bunter. It's a 1-2. Okay. Pitcher to catcher. Squeeze didn't work. But we have runners at first and second. The runner, first and third, I should say. Squeeze didn't work. Was worth a shot with the A bunter. And that brings up Willie Montanez. Now at this point, with 2 outs, you might want to think about bringing in Paul Doyle, and they will. The back end of the Brave bullpen, Paul Doyle will face Willie Montanez, lefty-lefty here, with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Runners at first and second. Actually, I'm sorry, runners at first and third with 2 outs. The pitch to Willie Montanez, 67 off Doyle, is a strikeout. And the Marlins blow that opportunity. So, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning of a 9-7 game. Bergmeyer against Hyatt, Jackson, and Millan with Jose Pena warming up. Jack Hyatt, 1-9 is a walk. Sonny Jackson. You know, pinch hitting Marty Perez is not going to create a pitching change, but pinch hitting Clete Boyer will. Clete Boyer will bat here for Sonny Jackson, let's take a look at Cleat. You'll see he's very dangerous. Another dangerous Brave hitter. Cleat only had 16 homers, but it looks like a lot more when you see the card. He is the tie run with nobody out in the 8th and a man at first. And Bergmeyer, they're going to leave him in there. Oops. They're going to leave Bergmeyer in there to face Cleat Boyer. I was thinking about bringing the righty in, but the fact is that would mean 6 outs for Jose Pena. So here's the pitch to Cleat Boyer with 1 out. 38 is a walk. Wow. Interesting move. Bergmeyer still out there now. He's put the tie runs on board. They have a lot of faith in him. And I guess the thinking is Gar is in the on-deck circle, and they want Bergmeyer to pitch to him, and Bergmeyer's a relief 3. You have first and second, nobody out, in a 9-7 game, and it's Felix Mian. The pitch to Felix, 49, is a bouncer to second. This is 3-8 Gerardo, and that's going to be a single done, and there come the Braves. Bases loaded, nobody out. You got to bring the infield up. He's an A bunter. For Tom Bergmeyer, Ralph Gar. Final batter for Bergmeyer. The pitch to Ralph Gar. 2-8 with the infield up as a pop to second base. So the bases are still loaded. But you got Murderers Row. Baker, Carty, and Aaron. Any of those guys hits a homer, the Braves will most likely advance. Bergmeyer leaves. Only got 2 outs. And we have 5 outs to get for the Marlins. And Jose Pena comes in. Their closer. Let's take a look at Jose Pena. Bases loaded with 1 out. But he's good against righties. Good enough. Walks them. Hopefully he doesn't walk 2 runs in this inning. It's Dusty Baker. Playing back. With the bases loaded and 1 out. The pitch to Dusty Baker. 2-5. We saw the card earlier. Triple. 1-3. Double. He rolls a 1 and triples and clears the bases. And we got to do a music change. As that Little Feat record ended, let's do another one. Here, let's go to Sailing Shoes. I told you it's going to be a long game, folks. So we're into our second LP as this game goes on forever. A 3-run double for Dusty Baker, and the Braves take a 10-9 lead. Runner at third, 1 out. Jose Pena. They'll bring the infield up. Rico Carty, Jose Pena, 55 is a K, and with 2 outs, Hank Aaron, 2-9 base hit. There's another run, 11-9, and Tommy Aaron stays in at first base. Bouncer to third. Chico Ruiz. Single off of Ruiz. 2 on, 2 outs. Earl Williams again. The pitch to Earl Williams. 5/10's a K. So we brought Cleat Boyer in to play third base where Earl Williams was. We need a shortstop, so he'll come out. And we'll put Marty Perez, the last guy on the bench, to play shortstop. We'll go to the 9th. It's an 11-9 game. Paul Doyle. Turn it down a little bit. There we go. See if we can get 3 outs to prevent extra innings in this marathon, longest ninth inning game by time I've played in a long time here. Paul Doyle in the 9th with an 11-9 lead. The Braves have other guys available in the game to play. It's Pagan, McRae, and Repose. Here's Jose Pagan leading off the 9th. 3-10 flies left. Hal McRae, 1-7. Let's take a look at Hal McRae's card, and boy, he crushes lefties. Fortunately for Atlanta, it was a 2-run lead anyway, so one of those homers wasn't going to matter too much. 1-7 is single 1 at 12, and he rolls a 13, and suddenly things are coming up Atlanta. 2 outs. Down to their final out, the Marlins. Roger Repose. Let's take a look at Roger before he bats. This card will give you 18 home runs, but it'll also give you a .238 batting average. Roger Repose, the pitch, 54 off of Doyle. Skies the center C, and the Braves have come back. and won. And they did it with their bullpen, the much maligned bullpen. And they beat Jose Pena and Bergmeyer. 11-9. The Braves came back down 3-0, down 9-5, kept their season going. They've won 3 out of 5 games. The series will go to Florida, and the Braves need another win. With these teams trading body blows, it kind of works out good for the Mets to probably win this division, as neither team is going to run into second place. It looks like the Braves and Marlins are wanting to go back and forth with this. The Braves would have needed to go 5-0 in this series for any chance of catching the Mets. And again, the Marlins had a chance, but they just blew it. They lost their 3rd game in this series. Paul Doyle gets the win. Inning in the 3rd. Came in the 8th inning. Faced Montanez with a couple men on. Got a strikeout. And gets the run and the win. Lasher started that inning with a hit and a walk. But really, it was Mike McQueen. You might want to Google him and look at his age when he pitched for the Braves. It was his bailing out of a super shaky Phil Niekro, who should have gotten a loss. And that should have been the end of the Braves season. It was over. Mike McQueen is mostly responsible for keeping the Braves afloat so they could mount that comeback. And Phil Niekro, it seemed like he wanted to go fishing or something. He wanted to planning a hunting trip or something. He gave up 13 hits and 9 runs at 4 2/3 innings. And 8 of those were earned. And the Marlins could really regret this loss. They had the Braves clearly in their sights. They couldn't get it done. Jose Pena takes the loss. He flamed out in the 8th inning here, giving up 1, 2, 3 hits. 3 hits, a run and a K. Bergmeyer in the inning. He loaded the bases and Pena let the runners score. That's a tough break for Bergmeyer. So they hit in 2 walks in that inning. All 3 of those dudes scored. And in the 7th inning, he came in and faced Tommy Aaron and got him out. Steve Arlen, well, he gets a no decision. Rather unusual start. Started good, got roughed up, got better into the 7th inning, then we quick hooked him. There wasn't much reason to keep him in there. He gave up 7 runs in this game and 9 runs in the first game. All 7 of those runs are earned. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. 1-009, 0-108, 11-12, 9-14, 4-3, 6-6. We're looking at base runners. The Marlins put 18 men on base, and the Braves put 18 men on base. We have an 11-9 finish. High-scoring game and hot, muggy Atlanta, where the ball was carrying. Break up the Braves for continuing their baseball season. At the end of this video, we'll report back what happens in Game 6 and/or Game 6 and 7 back in Florida. The Braves find themselves a single game behind the Marlins now. And we look at the year-to-date numbers. Well, the Braves are 14-18, hitting .251 with a 4.12 ERA. And you're probably worrying about Hank Aaron. He's up to 9 homers, 21 RBIs, but it's been a rough year. With as hot as Hank Aaron has been, he's only brought his average up to .243. So it's been a struggle, but he kind of turned it around. And with this no decision, Phil Niekro is still 7-2. He still has a glimmer of hope for the Cy Young. Even with getting bombed in that game, you witnessed it, folks. Phil Niekro was lit up. He still has a .259 ERA, so he still has a Cy Young chance. Now the Marlins are 15-17, hitting .275 with a 4.44 ERA. How are they doing it? Arlen, believe it or not, with that no decision and a loss, he was 5-1 before this series started. So he's lost a game and a no decision. His ERA is around 4.5. Casey Cox is 0-6. I don't see much. Their best hitter is Chico Simone, 8 homers and 26 RBIs. Manny Mota was their lone all-star with 48 hits, most of those singles. Manny Mota hitting .361 on the year. Don't know what the long-term plans are for these two teams, but at least these games are kind of fun if you're into offense and bad defense and bad pitching changes and stuff like that. So with that game, here's the standings. Currently in the National League East, you got the Mets up by 3.5 on the Marlins and Phillies. Braves 4.5 back. And this series will go down to Florida for Game 6 and a Game 7 if necessary. Thanks for checking it all out. We'll see you next time. Well, folks, it is all over. I'll show you what happened in 2 games. Game 6 down in Florida, the Braves kept that momentum going again, bashing away like they tend to do. Homer by Perez, homer by Cardi, homer by Hank Aaron, 8-2 blasting of the Marlins. They have now won 4 out of 6 games. The two teams are tied, though they have 15 wins and 18 loss records. It forces a Game 7. Braves are trying to thread this needle, winning 5 of 7 games. What happens in game number 7? The offensive barrage continues, and the Florida Marlins finally get their 3rd win of this series, outlasting the Braves 10-6. Now, the Braves lose this series by winning the series 4-3. The Marlins win the series by losing it 3-4, though the Marlins had the lead in all 7 games. The star in Game 7, Hal McRae, a 3-run homer, a 2-run homer, and a solo homer. It was only a matter of time before Hal McRae exploded with that dangerous card against lefties. And Rigo Cardi did hit a home run. Earl Williams did hit a home run. Hank Aaron did not hit a home run. In a 10-6 game, the slugfest, the most offensive series probably all year. And when you look at the year-to-date standings in the National League East, after this mess is all concluded, here we are. The Mets most likely will win this division unless they completely collapse, which I doubt. They're 3.5 games ahead with 2 more rounds in the postseason to go. The Phillies and Marlins are tied at 16 and 18. The head-to-head tiebreaker, Phillies won head-to-head, so they get to be considered the 2nd place team. The Marlins get to be the 3rd place team. And there are the Atlanta Braves, the best team so far, based on their cards and their ability and how good the Braves were during this era. They're the best team to get knocked out this early. This is the warning shot to the Pittsburgh Pirates. You see, they're only a half game worse, but they're still hanging by a thread, as are the Cardinals, as are Portland at 18-18. The Diamondbacks are technically still there. But really, it's the Giants and the Astros, they'd have to collapse to lose these playoff spots. So the Pirates, live to the 2nd round. The Braves do not. That's it tonight from the National League East. Hope you're enjoying the first round of the tournament. It's all over. We'll have a wrap-up of the schedule for the 2nd round in the next video. Thanks for checking it out.